Welcome to Epcot. Today I'm going to be getting a super fun fall treat and then showing you how to make it at home. I wonder what it could be. Any guesses? Come along with us today to find out. Welcome to Wonder by Wonder. I'm here in the German Pavilion, about to go into Caramel Couche to get that treat. Come along with me. It's a caramel apple, my favorite. I love them so much because you can make them in so many different flavors. In fact, I made hundreds of them for my wedding and gave them out as favors. Let me show you how to do it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do to get started. As you can see, we have a ton of stuff on the table. The main thing that you're gonna need if you wanna make caramel apples is obviously caramels. You can buy some that are in these little cubes, or you can also buy the little bits and they actually melt a little bit faster. We also have milk chocolate chips and white chocolate chips. In addition to that, and obviously apples, you're gonna need popsicle sticks or something to, put in your apple. But you could, if you really wanted to, you could just make them on some wax paper and then cut them open and just eat them that way. And then in addition to that, you're gonna need toppings. So you can do anything from sweet things like Oreos and candy. You could do pretzels, what we're gonna do today, for that little bit of salt. So let's get started.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Do you need Granny Smith apples?
No.
You can use any kind of apple.
So you can use any kind of apple. Generally, if you use like a green apple, like a Granny Smith, it's a nice balance between the tart apple and then the sweet coating on it. So that's what we're going to use, but you could use whatever apples you have around.
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
Can you buy caramel that's already melted, like for ice cream sundae topping caramel, and use that instead of...
So ice cream sundae caramel topping usually doesn't get as hard as this might, but you can buy, they do make caramel dips that you can buy that are already kind of melty.
Or wraps.
Yeah,
They
or
write,
wraps.
Yeah, wraps. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, since we're doing it down here and not up in our kitchen, we're using an electric skillet. And what we're gonna do is we're going to take these out. We're going to put our caramels and our chocolates in mugs and then put them in here with a water bath. So let's get started. Let's put the water in first and start heating that up. I'll start the arduous task of unwrapping all the caramels. One thing that's really important if you are using chocolates, you can use any kind of chocolates or candy melts, but you really want to make sure that they do not touch the water. So if you use a spoon or anything like that that touches the water, make sure you don't use it then in your chocolates because they will seize up and get hard and gross and they won't work. So you want to put chocolates in the other ones.
You get the caramels. Because I'll eat them.
No. I know that it's going to take a while to unwrap, so you can start with those ones, and then you can join me. One of the benefits to melting them in a mug or a shallow, or not shallow, but like a narrow dish is that it's easier to get it fuller so you can coat your apples more easily.
Sorry, I can't open that. This one has like a thing, but that one is like hard.
Do you not have any scissors?
Not down here, I don't think we do.
Okay.
Thank you. Do I want to fill up the whole mug?
So you definitely want to leave room for your apples. If you fill it up too high, then it's just going to overflow and get in your water, which is not cool. You can also melt these in the microwave. Just follow, there's usually instructions right on the caramel packets for melting, or the chocolates too. And same thing, you can do this on the stove with a pot of water and then another pot on top of it that then has your chocolates or your caramels. So while your chocolates and your caramels are melting, which the caramel is going to take a little bit longer than the chocolate, you don't want to have it too high or they'll burn. But while they're melting, we are going to put the sticks in the apples and then also get some of our toppings ready.
So you want to put the popsicle stick in the stem part of the apple and don't push it all the way through. Just about, I would say like, I don't know, about halfway maybe.
If you use really big apples, then you can always get the big giant some big giant popsicle sticks because they'll be able to hold more of the weight.
Got it.
I'm glad. So while she's going to do that, we're going to take some of our Oreos. We're going to make, with our white chocolate, we're going to make white chocolate apple with Oreos. So I'm just going to crush some of those up. I'm going to put them in a bag and just give it a few whacks. And then I'm going to do the same thing with some pretzels. So we're going to start with the chocolate, and then we will put our pumpkin sprinkles on there. So you're going to just take it and you can kind of dip it, and then you can also kind of use the spoon to get it around if it's not fully covered. So I'm just going to dip it carefully.
That looks amazing.
Again, you want to make sure if you've washed your apples that they're really dry so that the chocolate doesn't seize on the apple, because then that's not fun. Give it a little twirl to make sure it's all coated.
Ooh, nice. That looks amazing.
So then we have some silicone mats here that we're going to put them on, but you can put them on wax paper. I will warn you that caramels and wax paper, it's hit or miss. I've had a lot of success putting them on wax paper and getting it off, but then a lot of failures too. So we're just going to use our silicone mats today. I'm going to put the chocolate ones right on a plate. Cover them in sprinkles and go from there.
Ooh, cute.
You can roll them in sprinkles, which is a pretty fun way to do it too, but I wasn't sure if they would stay on. So I'm going to cover the top, and then I'll probably roll the sides and the bottom. Or, you know,
just
pour it. When you are satisfied with how it came out, you can put it on the wax paper to dry. The longer you hold it, obviously, the longer gravity will take its course. But if that happens, you can just kind of dab some more chocolate or some more sprinkles right on.
That looks so pretty.
So that's number one.
Do you want me to do the white? And you can...
Yeah. So I'm going to spread some Oreos on a plate so that then she can kind of roll it in the Oreos. But you can, like I said, either kind of put it on yourself or you can roll it. They're pretty heavy, so it might be harder to hold it. And
how long does it take for them to like start hardening the chocolate?
So chocolate will start hardening as soon
almost
as it
right
cools
away,
down.
right?
Yeah.
So you want to kind of work fast if you're putting toppings on it. You want it nice and coated.
That looks so good. Now we've stuck with kind of the traditional fun flavors for fall: salty, sweet, pretzels, Oreos, sprinkles, M&Ms, things like that. But you can do crazy things like Pop Rocks or Nerds or other fun things like coconut or mini marshmallows. You can change it up however you want. And
graham crackers.
Nuts. You can make like a s'mores kind of one with like marshmallows, graham crackers, and chocolate. That would be super fun. You can mix whatever flavors you want. You could use your favorite cereal, which would be really fun. And they do make candy coated melting chocolates in all kinds of different colors, so you can use a lot of fun ones like that too.
I don't know if rolling it is a good idea, because is the chocolate just gonna come off?
It's kind of coming off.
Maybe we'll like use a, yeah.
So you can just kind of use a spoon to sprinkle it back on, and kind of, if you press it in a little bit, that might make it adhere better into the chocolate instead of having the chocolate slide right off on you.
They smell so good. The caramel and the chocolate, the apples, smells really good.
Cover up this side over here.
I love it when you go to like Main Street confectionery and you see all the fancy caramel apples like this. I mean, you can get them a lot of different places at Disney World, but that's my favorite place to go and see all the caramel apples. They look so good.
If you wanted to, you can make yours kind of Mickey shaped by putting marshmallows on the sides, or cake pops or something like that. Or if you have really tiny little crab apples, you can do that too.
Oh yeah, cute.
So this guy is just about done. Just gonna try to cover up some of those little spots there. If your topping is something really heavy, you might want to let your first coat kind of dry a little bit, and then like I said, stick it in when it's just kind of still tacky. And then there, that guy can be drying. So microwaving was definitely the way to go with the caramels. They just were not heating up very fast in the bath here. So for this, I put about a half a tablespoon of water and then put them in the microwave for about a minute, and you can see that they are nice and melty. So I am gonna put them in here to keep them warm, so that they won't harden up on us while we're dipping. Thank you. Ooh, I'm so excited. This next one, oh yeah.
Is this pretzels?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'm just gonna dip it. You can push it all the way in, just make sure that it's not overflowing your cup, and then you can kind of give it a little twist. And then you can use the little spoon or spatula to get all the way up to the top. This is a really fun thing to do with kids if the adults do the, hot part, and then kids love putting whatever kind of topping they want on there. Like I said, you can use cereal, you can use candies. Lighter candies work better. So like if you were going for, say, gummy bears, you might want to get the mini gummy bears, which I think Haribo makes little packages of. Just gonna get one little section over here. You can see that it starts to harden really quickly. I'm gonna give it a good turn. And I'm actually gonna hold this for a minute and just let it continue to cool a little bit, so that when I put the pretzels in, the weight of the pretzels doesn't, pull the caramel off. So now I'm just gonna carefully roll. You don't wanna press too hard because they might come off. But if you don't press hard enough, then they won't stick on there.
Well, like the Oreo one, the Oreos are heavy. Yeah. So it was a little bit harder to roll it. So we ended up just kind of like putting them on with our hands because they're heavy. So I wonder if the pretzels will be the same.
Smush them in there. The caramel hardened a little bit too much.
While you're doing that, I'm going to start my chocolate M&M one.
Yeah.
It'll be yummy.
I'm just gonna use this caramel kind of like glue on the back. There was a little section that didn't really get coated very well with pretzels. So I'm just gonna paint a little bit on there and then put the pretzels on. Oh yeah, that worked great. So again, M&Ms are a little heavy. You probably want to let your chocolate dry a little bit so that,
And these are the mini ones.
these are the mini ones. And they tend to stick a little bit better. M&Ms everywhere. And then I'm going to do something super fun with my pretzel caramel one. I am just going to take some of this melted chocolate and just drizzle it right on top. So I am going to put a plate under there. So the good news is, even if you get chocolate that's everywhere and you think, it kind of looks like a mess, it still is going to taste really, really good.
So for our last apple, we're going to do all white chocolate and then roll it in coconut because I love coconut. And I think it's going to look like a little snowball. So it'll be pretty.
So again, you probably want to more kind of pick it up and use your hands to put it on. If you roll it, often the chocolate will fall onto the coconut instead of the coconut staying on the chocolate. So the awesome thing is you can be as creative as you want with it. You could use things like M&Ms for eyes or Skittles or something else like that. If you got orange chocolate melts, you can make a little jack-o'-lantern face. There's
cute.
so many fun ways to enjoy this fall treat. And if you're like us and you don't want to see good chocolate and caramel go to waste, you could always dip graham crackers or marshmallows or anything like that and just have fun decorating them for the fall too.
A little snowball apple. Came out really cute and it looks delicious. So there you have it. We have our beautiful caramel apples. And again, you can let your imagination go wild and use any kind of toppings that you want. They make great Halloween treats or even for Thanksgiving to put out after you've eaten your turkey.
You can give them as gifts. We just have ours here on a fall tray, but you can wrap them in cellophane with a ribbon and then you can give them away. They do keep for, I would say, about 3 to 4 days, especially if you put them in the fridge. But if you don't, then make sure you eat them quickly. Not that that's going to be a problem. Let us know in the comments what flavor you would make. And please click that like button and subscribe to our channel, Wonder by Wonder. It's free so that we can keep learning together. I wonder what we'll discover next time. Bye!